I now give the floor to Representative of Algeria.
Thank you, Mr. President. I also thank Undersecretary General Izumi Nakamitsu for her insightful briefing. I listened carefully to the remarks made by Mr. Daniel Kovalik. Mr. President, since the start of our mandate at the UN Security Council, Algeria has always insisted on the need to abandon the logic of confrontation prevailing in the conflict in Ukraine. We repeatedly cautioned this very Council against confrontation and polarization, which only lead to more loss of lives, prolonged suffering of populations, and further obstacles to finding effective solutions. We urged the parties to prioritize the protection of civilians and civilian infrastructures. We also called on them to favor dialogue and genuine negotiation, inclusively and constructively taking into consideration their legitimate security concerns. Unfortunately, all those calls remain unanswered, and the situation on the ground is not evolving toward a peaceful settlement. We are rather witnessing more escalation of tensions that could only worsen the situation and keep us away from any positive prospects. Against this backdrop, Algeria once again expresses its deep concern over the influx and use of increasingly lethal and destructive weapons and ammunition in conflict zones. Equally concerning is the risk of those weapons falling into the hands of and control of criminal or terrorist groups, a situation that could cause wide threats to peace and security. Moreover, the parties should be consistently guided by their obligations under international law, including international humanitarian law, and no effort should be spared in alleviating people's suffering. Finally, Mr. President, we believe that it is critical to enhance international and inclusive diplomatic efforts to achieve peace and to create conducive conditions and environment to that end. Our focus should be on reaching a peaceful settlement that could garner the consensus of the parties involved in this conflict. Only genuine and inclusive negotiations could bring us close to end this conflict and build sustainable peace. Algeria remains ready to support any efforts aiming to achieve peace and security through a genuine and inclusive dialogue between the parties. I thank you.
I thank the representative of Algeria for the statement.